here? How many were here yesterday with even you?
Oh, boy. I didn't get it.
Greedy sons of bitches. Not letting other people have a chance to have a bit of me. What I usually do is I take questions and I feed. Just a minute, bitch. And for that, I ain't answering yours. No. How do you like Ken, everybody? Ken and I are shipping, and we are known as Con. He's Irish. No, he's not. I don't know if he is or isn't, but I'm sure to find out. Tell his girlfriend.
Tell your husband.
What I usually do is I answer questions and then I feed off you guys, you feed off me, we have a great time, we have a laugh, stories develop, I usually get naked, no, I'm just kidding. But that's the way I kind of let things roll. But first, because I won't get to say it to the end, I like to do questions all the way through. I just want to say, for myself, and with all the joking aside, but thank you very much, because you guys as fans have changed my life. You've given me the life that I've always dreamed of, and I want you to know, and the reason I do these things, you know, of course, I get paid to do them, which is fantastic, because it's part of my job, but I try to go the extra yard for you guys to give a little bit more than maybe what everybody else is, because I totally appreciate what you have done for my life, and I will never, ever forget it. So thank you very, very much. What are you sitting over there for, Yvonne? That's my niece, Yvonne. Stand up and wave. And that's my niece, Bridget. And this is their cousin. Stand up. This is the family. Those are my brother's kids. Oh, like you care.
We do.
First question. Yeah, you lucky.
I want to ask about James Marsden's again. I have a question about your character, Jack Harkness. Is he really the face of Bo? And if so, how?
Yes. And it's never been discussed, it's never been said, but there's huh? I do have a theory, and if you let me answer the question, I'll get to it. Alright? No, the theory is, if you go back and you listen to Jack Harkness's speeches of how he died, there is one gigantic speech that he does. I can't remember what episode it's in, but it does describe... What? Someone usually shouts out the episode. What is it? Utopia. He describes a whole list of ways of how he dies. And there's one of them in there that I think is how he gets to be the face of Bo. But, as we all know, his body can, you know, bring back its part, the bits and bobs, and come back together. And in a way, I wasn't going to use the word regenerate, because it's not regeneration, but rebuilding itself. We know that can happen. So there's got to be a point where, when this particular thing happens to him, that he is separated and kept away from his body. So his body is probably still existing somewhere else. Headless. Or with somebody else's head on it. And he's actually Jack Harkness and the Doctor. Can you tell I've been reading fan fiction? I'm just a big nerd like you. Except I'm a big gay one. What? How's that different? Not all nerds are gay. Someone just came up to me in the line, and they said, you know, bless his heart, because I love when people are trying to be, in on things and like they're progressive and, trying to be up on, you know what I'm trying to say, right? And he walked up and he said, so, nice to meet you. And I went, nice to meet you too. He said, so how's the wife? No, wait, And I went, excuse me? Thinking, person didn't know I was gay. And he says, no, how's the wife? How is he? I'm like, I thought maybe, how did you like when you met him? And I went, well, just to explain to you that it doesn't work like that. We're two men. He's like, oh, okay, thanks for that. So I thought, it's interesting to then see how, people, you try to do it in a nice way, right? But it was interesting to me that someone had that perception. So I'm going to go home to Scott. I'm going to go like, I guess you're the wife. So what should you do now? And it'd be like, what do I do anything different? I thought that was a good one. There was another moment that, I don't know if she's here. I got really touched by it. He was about 6'4" at my table. No, and it was a young lady came up to me. It's the first time I've ever had somebody say this. And it was a young girl, probably about 18, 19, and she put her picture down and she said, can you sign this for my two dads? And I welled up and she looked at me, she went, what's wrong? I said, well, that's something that I fought for and been out there and pushed for so that someone of your age eventually one day would come up with no qualms, no, preconceived things and just say, this is for my two dads or this is for my two moms. So it was a huge moment for me in Boston. Thank you. Next question. Yes, right in front.
Okay, I was wondering, how did Gishwish go?
Oh, I can never say it. Gishwish is still going, I think. Is it done?
Yesterday.
It was done yesterday. Well, I helped out with a couple. I did. I helped out with a few. I helped out with one with a head covered in duct tape. I did a couple of things, and one with a paper mache head. There was a guy, one of my guys that I know from one of the other Comic Cons. He lives in Utah, and he's one of the 300 boys. And thank God you got a brace around your leg because you'd be running after him, and I'd trip you and break your other one. And you would mind control your wheelchair and beat me to him. So there's, but he wanted me to do something with some duct tape and a t-shirt, and I thought, what, you want me to come to Utah and do that? I love Mormons. Oh, you're all very religious sensitive here. Get that out the fucking window.
I'm an atheist.
I don't speak like that all the time, girls. No. They're like, yes, you do. We've heard you. Yes, sir. Question. Yes. No. They won't let me do that here because, and I'll explain why, and now I have to explain it, you dodo shithead. Because a lot of other people are waiting in line, and the con, they have to pay for that. I get a fee, they have to pay for it. And if I do that for you, it's extremely unfair for all of those other people, correct?
Yes.
Sorry. And if I also did it, he would come up and he'd break your arms, and I do not want him to do that to you. He could try. Oh! Next to anybody else. Yes, right there. Uh-oh.
Yeah, we're at double X.
You are? Good. I'd like to watch that. Especially you with that beard. Tickle, tickle. She knows what I'm talking about. On your face, right? Yes.
Big fans of your work, and not only on Torchwood, but actually, don't really have a question. It's actually more of a thank you.
Oh, okay, go on. Let me just light up a cigarette here.
Everyone here is well versed with the many wonderful things you do. I don't know how many people know that what amazing things you've done also for the deaf community
Yes.
as well. My wife and I actually have a daughter who's severely hard of hearing, and your work, the experiment that you did where you had your hearing suppressed, and the write-up you did on that was inspirational. I just wanted to thank you for that.
You're very welcome. Very funny. So I came out, I do a pantomime every year in Glasgow, Scotland, and when I first did it for the first time, when I did it in the South Coast near England, near London, I walked out and we were doing, nobody told me. This was my first experience, because I have signers for every show that I do. I make sure there's a sign. We have at least one show every 2 weeks that we can get, now for a hard of hearing or deaf people. And I came out to this one particular show, my first one ever, and I was like so excited. It was such a good show. They were a very quiet audience. I don't know why. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to run down stage. I'm going to go, bow, and they're going to go cheer, and I run down stage, and they go, how are they waving at me for? Why are they waving? I'm like, wave, cheer, do something. And someone leaned over and went, they're deaf. They can't hear you. I'm like, oh, that's what that lady over there is doing. Didn't get it. No, and if you don't know, I'm one of the celebrity patrons of the charity Hearing Dogs for Deaf People, where we provide, sorry about breath now. We provide dogs for them so that if they're living by themselves, the dogs will alert them to problems, to people at the door. It's also very different, because if you're walking down the street and someone is deaf or hard of hearing, you don't know. So you may go up and have a conversation with them, and in order for some people to lip read, you have to look at them. And that's a total lie, because I know deaf people who read lips from miles away, and they're like, we know exactly what they're saying. So be careful, because them sons of bitches deaf people will tell your secrets. Quietly. But it raises money for the dogs to help out deaf people in the hard of hearing community, and it's really great. And I went what they called, I wasn't 100%, but I went deaf for a day. They blocked my hearing completely, and it was the most amazing experience in a good way and in a bad way, because I changed in the 24 hours that it was doing in good ways and bad ways. I'm very outgoing. I became very reserved, and also people around me, very close to me, treated me differently. For instance, my manager, I was trying to get him to fix my phone and take a picture, and having him saying to him, take a picture, and he's going, what? I'm saying, can you fix it? I can't hear it. And he went, oh, give me the phone! It's like, well, you're not getting your 10% anymore. So yeah, it was interesting, and if anybody wants to look it up, go to my website. It's all connected, and thank you very much. Yes! Yes! Oh, and also, I have to say, because I'm really proud of it, it's part of the reason with all the charity work that I've done, I got an MBE from the British government and the Queen. Yep. So I truly am now a Queen. I'm a member of the British Order, and I get it, and in about the next 5-6 weeks they'll announce, it's already been announced, but I'm very pleased with it, very chuffed for my work in the entertainment industry and for charity, so cool. Yes?
Well, it's about your character on Torchwood and Doctor Who.
Are you telling me about him, or are you...
No, I'm sorry. Sorry.
People do this. You know Captain Jack, and you know how he's bisexual? Yes, I played him. And very nice jacket. You're welcome. Your braces should be a little bit more over by your hip bones. Not by your vanini. Oh my God, please tell me you're 18. And if you're not, shut up.
Well, are you?
Go ahead.
You know how in Torchwood you're a lot more serious than when you're on Doctor Who?
Yes.
Is that hard for you to switch over? Like,
hell no. You see how I am. Look at you. Just sit down again like you were over there. Sit down. No, sit down. Right there. No, sit down like you were over there. Packing out down there. What's your name? Zach. No, you can't go back sit over there. You're going to sit there, and I'm going to tell you when you can move.
Thanks, John.
To all the gay men out there, you're welcome. It was very easy. I mean, as you can see, I have moments where I'm just an outrageous idiot, and I have moments where I'm very calm and quiet. I mean, my nieces, they know that I'm crazy, aren't I? Yeah, and when they are with us, you know, we're at the house, and they were just in Palm Springs with us, it was just nuts. You know, we have a great time. So I kind of bring that into my characters. Captain Jack, the reason he was much more frivolous in Doctor Who is because he's part of a team. The Doctor is the leader, and therefore Jack, really having already lived part of the Torchwood and still being part of Torchwood, which you didn't know at the time because it's getting really timeline frenzy in my head right now, so he would be able to kind of go, oh, I don't have to have this pressure on me. I can have fun because the Doctor's the man, right? And I'm the wife. So it's that kind of thing. So then when he goes into Torchwood, he is the leader of the pack. He's got to have the responsibility, make the tough decisions, and get into, you know, and control. And that's why it's a little more serious, because he's carrying the weight of everything on his shoulders, and he is like the Doctor in that sense. But when he goes with the Doctor, that weight is lifted, and he doesn't worry about it because he lets him take on the responsibility. So yeah, but I'm glad you noticed the difference, because that's one thing I wanted to happen. We wanted it to be completely different, yeah, but still have a line of truth through it. Young man, I will get to this side, don't worry. I'm not, you know, left unfriendly. Sorry? My day's fine. I thought you said something rude there. I was about to say, sit down. You would have smacked him. Thank you. It's an older sister's job. Yeah, I know, I have a sister too. But then the best thing to do is pin your sister down and lick her face from chin to forehead. Right after you've eaten pizza. Yes, you may. Go ahead. You may shake my hand. Can't hear you, sweetheart. Speak up. Can you too? Must see everybody. You can't ask to shake my hand. There you go. As a sister, and I just touch face. All right, this side. Yes. Yes.
How do you go about picking the characters that you play? I did theater work in college and all that, so when you're looking at a character, it's really, for me at least, what their personality is, the similarity here. What is it about a character that draws you to want to be in that performance?
I'm probably going to disappoint you with my answer, because I don't tend to think things like that. And I went to university and I studied, and I was 6 months away from getting my degree, and I didn't because I got my first job. So, but characters have always come to me, and I've been fortunate when they have. When I first auditioned for my first job and I got it, it was Billy Crocker and Anything Goes in 1989. And I had a great time playing him, right? And it was a phenomenal way to kind of start in the theater world. I've played everything in the theater world, from a cocaine addict, a heroin addict who has a mistress and a part of a political family. I've done Chris and Miss Saigon. I've been Rowland Phantom. I've been a murdering homosexual kind of guy who loves to have sex with dead bodies. So there's a lot of different characters that I've played. And now I'm a psychopathic father who likes to murder people in the city. Do you know what?
Dark Archer!
So there's, when the characters are brought to me, it's my challenge as the actor not to go, what characters do I want to play? But when they go, there's the character, there he is there, we want you to play him. I look at him and go, awesome, okay, so write the dialogue. I'll find a bit of myself that is part of him, and I will bring that out. And that's what I try to do with every character. With Captain Jack, it was my flirtation, right? Because I flirt all the time, don't I, girls?
Stop it!
Don't I, Nick?
Stop it! Stop it!
Why is it, sir, when you say his name, you go, it's Zach? Honey, it's Zach. I was thinking Nick the Dick, but that's, you know. Call me. So that's how I go about it. And with Malcolm Merlin, my bit and my added bit to him, because I'm not a dad, so I take what I've done with my nieces and nephews, you know, and relate to that. But Malcolm Merlin, I bring my smile. So that's the way I look at it, and I try not to look at them as characters, because on theater's different. You can play a character in theater. On television, you play a personality. So if I can bring part of my personality to that character, you guys, which I'm so glad, go, ooh, he's a bad guy this time, but I still like him.
I don't know.
Ooh, he's Captain Jack. I love him anyway. So I hope that answers the question, yeah? Let's go with boobies. Not you, behind you. You can be next though. She's big boobies, you're medio boobies.
Sarah!
Yes.
Will we ever see Captain Jack again?
I have no idea. That's a question for Stephen Moffat, the BBC Drama Department, and Russell T. Davies and Julie Gardner. Yes, you can give me a present. Please tell me you're not going to get your boobies out. They look like they can kill somebody. And Daddy over here's got a beard that does some tickling. I don't know how Wifey feel about it. She's like, it's okay. Come on down. Have you blackened your eyes ever? Really? I don't believe you. They're who? They're fannies? Triple chocolate brownies?
Cheesecake and Venus.
Really? Are you talking about her brownies are really good, or... Oh, sorry. It's like a shelf, I had to lean on it. This is the closest thing to crazy I have ever been. Thank you. I knew I could get away with that, by the way. That's what you'll learn about me, because I saw that she was letting Eve do exactly the same thing. And I'll tell you, she's got more to worry about Eve than you do about me, honey. I did say that it's a shelf. She went, no, that's an entertainment center. Now medio boobie. Yay! You have lovely boobies too.
I love you, by the way.
Thank you.
What was your favorite part about being the producers?
My favorite part about being the producers was Mel Brooks. I loved. I just love being in a Mel Brooks movie. Do you know what I mean? And the fact Mel Brooks and I, when I was recording the song that day, that song took 2 weeks to do, and we were recording it, and you know, in the studio first, and I was talking to him, and the guy, the producer came, producer of the producers came on, and he said, "Could you guys shut up? You've been talking for an hour. We are late." So we held the whole production up. I'm like, well, when Mel Brooks talks to you, you're allowed to be late. We were filming in a part of Brooklyn where it was a very predominantly strong Jewish area. Crap is right. Because we were in our outfits. Nobody told us. Irony. In the parking lot, dancing and doing the Busby Berkeley with the swastikas and spinning, and nobody said anything. And then 20 minutes into rehearsal, Mel Brooks came running out. He's like, "Get the hell in here!" I'm like, what? He's like, "Look at the fence! there was a swarm of black around the fence because a lot of the guys had come out of their houses, and I forget the Orthodox Jewish community. They come out. That's why we can see it was black, and these faces looking like, really, really. And Mel's going, I'm a Jew. It's okay. I'm a Jew. Sorry, to go back on boobies. I was on a flight on Virgin Atlantic once, and I've been on many times because it's my airline of choice. Because I'm not a virgin. So I was flying, and this is in the days before 9/11, and we were allowed to go in the cockpit. And I just love that name. That's why I wanted to be a pilot when I was a kid. And then when I reached puberty, I knew it was because I just liked the man in uniform. So I was invited into the cockpit because the pilots, the co-pilot, all the guys, the engineer, they were all fans of Doctor Who, and I'm like, yeah, I'll sit in the cockpit. So I'm sitting there, and they're like, yeah, but we've also got Pamela Anderson who's coming in. I'm like, what? She came in, sat down, she's like, hi, you know Pamela Anderson, who Pamela Anderson is?
Yes.
Yeah. She's like, hi guys, and so I sat in this seat, she sat in the other jump seat, and we were going down the runway, just as we're about to throttle ahead, and the plane's gonna go up, and we're going down, one of the co-pilot turns to me and he says, Mr. Barrowman, Miss Anderson, if anything happens, all you guys need to know is you go through that window, pop the hatch, and go through that window. And she goes, well, if the plane does go down, boys, we're all going with it, and if you're not there, we're not there. We're not going to make it. I said, no, I'm going to make it because I'm sticking my face in your cleavage, and I will be saved. Because them are some airbags, girl. Yes.
This is worth the wait.
The Captain Jack up there.
Thank you for turning the inside my jacket yesterday.
You're welcome.
If and when Torchwood were immortalized on Broadway.
Don't ever say that. Have you ever heard Eve Mouse sing? She takes her shoes off and hums. Oh, you get it? That was one of my dad's jokes. Yes.
What was Captain Jack's signature song theme?
I've already recorded it.
Can you sing us a piece?
No. Buy the album. It was, I got a cough. It was, what?
Came in like a wrecking ball.
I didn't hear that. Up yours, Miley.
Way better than Miley.
Oh, I called Stephen Schwartz a couple of years back when I was doing one of my albums, and I spoke to him and I said, you know, I'd really like to take one of your songs and adapt it a little bit, and because I used to listen to, when I was filming Doctor Who, the whole soundtrack of Wicked I could get through twice. When I would leave our house in Cardiff to get back to our house in London, and I would get through it, and I absolutely adore the song, The Wizard and I. So,
The Doctor and
I spoke to Stephen and I said, could you work with, he did not know Doctor Who? I was like, what? So I had to explain to him Jack's relationship to the Doctor and the things that Jack was always out for, and you know, different kind of creatures and things, and you know, the defabricating and bits and bobs. And I said, I've already changed the words. If you're happy with them, I'd love to do it and then adapt it so that it's a song that says how Jack feels about the Doctor. And he said, sure. So I recorded it, and it's really, really popular on iTunes. And it gets downloaded all the time. And it's a wonderful, I think it just, to me, and I sing it in all my concerts. And when I do, the audience goes nuts because they know exactly what I'm talking about. And it's a wonderful song. So if you feel like downloading it, you can. But I know there's other ways you can listen to it on Spotify. Yes.
Or YouTube.
What?
Sing the Doctor and I. Sing it, come on!
I hope I remember the words. When I meet Is that right? Yeah. When I meet the doctor, when I've proved my worth, and when I meet the doctor, what I've waited for since birth. That's way too high. I'll do it. When I meet the doctor. I forgot the words. When I meet the doctor, when I've proved my worth, when I meet the doctor, what I've waited for since birth, and with all his doctor wisdom, by my looks he won't be blinded. Do you think the doctor is dumb? Or like Oots, he's so small-minded? No, you say to me, I see who you truly are, Jack, a man on whom I can rely, and that's where we'll begin, the doctor and I.
Encore! Encore!
Mr. Swell. I think I'm Mr. Swell. I get goosebumps and I weep myself a little bit and I go to the bridge. Young man, yes, in the black shirt.
Woo!
I saw the kiss that you did in the Commonwealth Games.
Yes.
And I thought that was really inspirational.
Uh-huh.
What type of reactions have you been seeing from local patients this illegal to be homosexual?
Correct. Well, for those of you who don't know, the Commonwealth Games is the under the British Commonwealth. All of the Commonwealth countries get together after the Olympics and they do the Commonwealth Games. And this year it was hosted in Glasgow. And I was asked by the Commonwealth Games people to do the opening ceremonies and to do that. And it shows out to 52 Commonwealth countries around the globe, where, if I'm correct, 48 of them, it's illegal to be gay. So, John Barrowman, the biggest gay in the world, doing the Commonwealth Games. So we had another woman singing, doing it with me. She happened to be a lesbian. So we're covering both spectrums. Now, we didn't want to make an issue out of it. We thought, you know what, that would be enough. But we're doing this whole thing and we're talking about in the song about Gretna Green, okay? And Gretna Green is a place where the English used to come to in Scotland when they were too young to be married. In Scotland, the age was lower. You could be married, right? Because we're just like that. So you go to Gretna Green to get married. So we were talking about Gretna Green, and we represented in the dancers women, you know, 2 girls and a man and a woman. And they said in the script, what we'd love you to do, John, is be on top of the truck, the guy to climb up the truck and kiss you. And I went, well, why put it on the truck? Why not put it right down in front with the guy there? So you've got girl, girl, boy, boy. I give him a big surprise kiss, and we say, here's to equality in Scotland, because Scotland passed the law, you know, many years ago. It was not illegal to be gay, but also the equality of marriage law was passed ages back. And didn't think anything of it, right? We thought it's going to be no big deal. However, in the broadcast, we didn't tell anybody, because when you broadcast something, you have to list what you're going to do. We forgot to put the kiss in. Isn't that interesting? Because then Nigeria and Zimbabwe and all the places, and you know, Australia where you can't get married, they would have to see it, because they wouldn't have time to hit the little button and bleep it and blank it out, right? That was nothing to do with me. So we did it, and it caused, you know, there's a term in Glasgow, it's called the Glasgow kiss, where you headbutt somebody, right? Now they're calling it the Glasgow kiss. The press went nuts, but in a positive way. It was so, for me being a Scot and you know, having been born there, and I was so proud to be there that night, to have made an impact with something that I didn't think would make an impact, was just incredible. Not only that, but a couple of days back, because of the kiss, because of the discussion that it raised, Uganda dropped all of its anti-homosexual laws. So, welcome to the 21st century, Uganda! Because as we all know, the 21st century is when it all changes, and you gotta be ready. So that, and if any of you want to see what it is, look up John Barrowman, Commonwealth Games. You'll see the 8-minute segment, and within that, you'll see the kiss. And it truly is something that I now am so proud of. So proud of. Yes, in the orange.
Oh,
I will do the back row in a minute.
my question's about the Doctor Who universe. In a battle against a weeping angel and a silence, who do you think would win?
With myself? Oh no, a weeping angel on the side. Ooh. You stumped me.
Well,
I know, that's the thing. Silence don't blink.
but the angel wouldn't be able to remember.
See, this is what I love about sci-fi geeks. We're already debating it and I haven't even begun yet.
You're welcome.
Silence can't blink, but...
The angels wouldn't be able to remember.
Correct. So it's a paradox. What?
Unless they blink.
I think we just...
I'm slightly getting turned on by all of you. Because that's what I love about...
Whoa there, whoa!
Make sure I don't have a tummy in that one, Zach. That's what I love about sci-fi. That's what I love about you guys. That's what I love about being a nerd. Because we can have these debates and we think nothing of it. Because you know why? It's real to us. It's real.
It's still real to me, damn it!
Let's go to the back row. God love your daughter. Welcome to the world.
Thank you!
Say it again?
It's our bonding thing that we do.
That's the other thing I love is a lot of fathers and daughters, fathers and sons, and all that kind of stuff. And everybody kind of gets together. It's a bit. That's one of the things when we came back with the revamp of Doctor Who. That's exactly what we wanted.
Listen, but here's the problem now.
Uh-oh.
I fell in love with you, and now you tell me you're gay.
You didn't know? Say it again, what?
And like, ooh, you're all like, I feel like I'm watching Will and Grace. You're great.
No, I can't hear you. Speak.
I told her that you were going to be your new dad.
Well, how fucking wrong were you for stereotyping me? Just because I'm gay doesn't mean I can't give you a poke and make you pregnant.
Oh! You're the man!
Have you heard of a turkey baster? I can't believe you said that to her. I can't believe it. Like she doesn't have one in her side drawer. You had no idea I was gay. You were gonna marry? Well, that would have been interesting, wouldn't it? I'd have been like that. Ooh. No, well, you know what? I'm glad you've discovered something new. But I'll tell you, I'm not always that camp and outrageous. At home, I'm a very different kind of guy. Is that true, Bridget?
Yes.
Is that true, Yvonne?
No.
Oh! So which one should we believe?
See, they're a comedy duo. Will and Grace, up yours. You never looked me up on the internet? You didn't know I was gay? Yeah. That's why everybody's laughing. No, I wasn't supposed to be in it. No, it's very funny though. I was told I wasn't gay enough for Will and Grace. Whether or not that's in any written down statements, that's what I was told by my agent who talked to the casting people of the show, right? after I went to the meeting and the producers call and stuff, I said, look, I want to know why I didn't get it. I really want to know. John, apparently you weren't gay enough. So they hired a straight man to play someone who's gayer than me. Really? We're going, ooh, no. But I thought it very funny. That's very funny. That's why we were all laughing and chuckling. Yeah. So look me up online. You'll see some of the gayest shit you've ever seen in your life. Particularly me in a big dress with high heel shoes on and a wig. Singing I am what I am. And I'm not joking. Yes, that back row up there. They're all pointing to the girl with the green thing.
Are you like a Disney prince? Because I mean, I know you can sing and you can dance and do everything, so... And also, my mum thinks you're the hottest guy on Doctor Who.
Well, apparently I'm gay, so go tell her!
I love your accent!
Bring the turkey baster, come on! I played a Disney prince. I was the Beast in Beauty and the Beast. And that was awesome. That was a good show to do. It was a very heavy costume to wear. You know, your mom, who was the second part?
My mum.
Your mom loves me.
Yeah, she thinks
She said you're very lush.
I'm lush. Such an English word, I love it. You are lush, darling. You're lush. What's wrong with you? I'm lush. I can't hear you.
She knows you're gay, don't worry.
That's alright. That's what I love about the English. They'll let anything go by. They don't care. They're like me. They're versatile. Anyway. You guys are tough. The gentleman way in the back. Yes, you. Doctor. Hi, Doctor. I love you. How is it? I love you. Yes.
I kind of have a two-parter, but just for one, I'm a really big fan of all your work and everything. But first question, like, do you still keep in touch with any of your old co-stars? Or anything like David Tennant or Billy Piper or anyone like that?
Well, all of us have gone off to do different things, right? And in the acting world, we're kind of like gypsies. We go off and do other things, and then, like, for instance, I haven't seen Eve in a couple of months. We get back together, and then we have a great time. And then we dance naked in our hotel rooms. Not knowing that there's glass on the... You guys, do you know this story? Yeah,
Yes.
Not knowing that there's, on the other side, that there's a building with mirrored windows where the rest of the hotel can see us. And it's impressive. He said, call me, no problem. I have another half too. Oh, come on! Yeah, so we do speak to each other. I text David every so often. In fact, there's the text I've still got to send him from yesterday, where the whole audience said, "We love you, David 10-inch." Because that's his nickname. Because of his feet. Yeah, so we do, and then some of them we haven't seen. Like, I haven't seen Naoko in a long time, but you know, every time I see Naoko again, it's like when you see each other, you pick up from where you left off, and Naoko's my ping pong buckaroo. Because she has a talent with ping pong balls. This back row. What's that? We need to wind it up. Girl, don't say that, because they will attack you. Who's next? What? Yeah. Okay. All right. Right in the back.
Okay. It's my birthday. I just want to hear you speak in your Scottish accent.
Oh, that's not a question, so let's figure out a question. I'll just kind of sit there.
Oh, wow, he did it.
Quick.
Are we ever going to see Nelson Marlin in his Wishy coat?
I don't think so. No. You might see him in other things, but not a swishy coat. Captain.
Yes. One of the earliest works I saw was Shark Attack 3, 1981. Can you tell us your experience on that movie?
That's not really appropriate. Because what do you say? I take you home and eat your... Anyway. That's the famous line. That was a line that I kept in. The word that I was supposed to say rhymes with Lucy. And I said it, and they kept it in. It was a joke to get an expression out of a woman that I was working with who had so much Botox she couldn't even move her face. And it didn't get any expression. She still went like that. But it was a fun movie. That movie bought my first house. Yay! I'm going to tell you a quick story because it's quite a funny story about Scott and I. And someone asked me to tell this early, and this will wrap the things up. So sorry, we'll just end it with the questions here. Scott and I were traveling once through the southern part of the United States, through the bayous, and we rented a car. We rented a Jeep Cherokee. It was lovely leather interior, and we were having a great time. And we'd been out the night before. I don't know what we'd eaten, but I had an upset stomach. And I felt a bit gassy, so I'm sitting in the car, and I'm in the car, and Scott says to us, where are we going to go? I said, let's just go to the bayous. Let's go see what the bayous look like, and the dams and the dikes. Although we live next door to one, I want to see what a real dike looks like. So we're sitting in the car, and we're driving. He said, are you okay, comfortable? I said, yeah, I'm fine, no problem. I've just got to fart. So I thought, you know, just go, as you do in the car, if you're a loved one, right? And I went, I felt heat like I've never felt before. I'm sitting on the chair going, Scott, quick! Find the gas station! What's the problem? Can't you smell it? Oh my God! I can't sit down. Why not? Because I'll ruin the leather. I'm a gay man. I'm not going to ruin the upholstery. So I'm sitting on, I'm like keeping myself up going, trying not to touch cloth. I've already filled it. Really? Don't know what had upset my stomach, right? And I'm like, we gotta find somewhere, we gotta drive somewhere. He's like, I'm going to the bayous. I'm like, get there, quick! So we pull into the bayous. He's like, get out of the car. I'm like, why? He's like, look over there, there's a perfect place to leave it. I'm like, thank God. Thank God, right now, dump a ship next to a dike. So I get out of the car walking like a crab, right? Like I've not already done enough damage. I take off my clothes. I'm standing naked. Take my underpants off. I didn't spill anything. Take off my underpants and I hung them on the side and I'm like, honey, get the camera. I'll get the camera. He's like, what? I'm like, just get the camera. He walks back up to me. I'm naked, leaning against this side with my underpants full of shit. It says, no dumping.